Thank you everyone for coming. Roll call please.
Mayor Barbara Yancey.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Bob Cannon.
Here.
Commissioner Tom Blount.
Here.
Commissioner Stu Davis.
Here.
Commissioner Joe DeLuca.
Here.
Commissioner Al Ramirez.
Present.
Commissioner Lou Stempien.
Here.
City Manager Craig Horton.
Here.
And DPW Superintendent Ed Fritz. Thank you.
So we have one modification to the agenda. If you look at 10A, which is a proclamation in regard to Officer Velasco, we're going to move that up in between 8 and 9. So with that, would someone like to make a motion to approve the
I'll
agenda?
make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Okay, and so next we have the approval of consent agenda items. Please note that there are two different numbers under C because we did not have a meeting the last time. So whoever makes that motion, we actually need to deal with both of those different numbers.
I move we approve the consent agenda item, including payment of $520,316.07 and $269,059.16.
Support.
Okay, roll call please.
Davis.
Yes.
Blount.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
Stempien.
Yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
DeLuca.
Yes.
Yancey.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right, next we have citizens from the floor. So if anyone would like to come up and speak, we are now using a time limit of 5 minutes. And so if anyone would like to speak, if you get to the end of your 5 minutes, I'll give you a few minutes, or a few more seconds to finish your thought. But we are trying to keep it to 5 minutes. So if anyone would like to speak, come on up.
I'm doing it tonight. My name is Charles Bodway. I live on 250 East First Street. I brought this up a while back, last fall. I'm gonna bring it up again and bring it up. My old parents' house at 445 West 4th Street. Nothing has been done. They had a hole, then they put a gate around it, the fence around it. Now it's just sitting there. Something's gotta be done with that. It's an eyesore for the neighborhood, and it's bringing down, you know, around the whole town there. I mean, just in that area there, it just looks terrible. And it's never looked like that before. Once it was sold, they tore it down. Nothing else is being done with the house. Something needs to be brought up for that, especially the owner. I mean, this isn't the way that the city has to deal with this. We shouldn't have to deal with it. So I'm gonna keep bringing it up until we do something about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Anyone else? Please give us your name and your address.
I'm Sean Kavanaugh with 221 Schoolhouse Drive. I'm just curious, I know last year there was some talk about trying to pass something to get golf carts and side-by-sides legalized in the city limits. I personally, recently purchased a UTV and didn't realize that you couldn't ride them in town. I was stopped, coming off of Black's Corner Road, turning onto Attica Road. I guess my question is there anything in the works to pass something for that, to allow them? Or,
What I will do is I will have either the city manager or the interim chief get back with you to talk to you about that.
okay.
Just note, if you're coming tomorrow morning, the office here is closed in the morning.
Okay, so that's who I need to talk to then?
This guy here.
City manager,
Okay,
just talk to him about it, or the interim chief, police chief Rushton, either one.
okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Seeing no one at this point, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, who is Dave Richardson, who is an attorney here in Lapeer County, and he's running for Lapeer County District Court Judge.
Thank you. I appreciate you giving me the time to introduce myself.
My name is David Richardson, and I am a candidate for the Lapeer County District Court Judge. That's a position that's currently being held by Judge Barnard, who is age limited from running again. So it's a non-incumbent position, it's nonpartisan, it's a 6-year term. It traditionally deals with all criminal cases start in district court. If they're felonies, then they get sent over to circuit court. But it deals with traffic issues. Traditionally, it's dealt with civil actions up to a certain dollar value and landlord-tenant matters as well. My background, I grew up in Jackson County in a working class family. I learned the value of work very early, working in orchards and dairy farm in my area. I married into Lapeer County, and I married the daughter of Sam and Donna Aaron, who were pillars of the community, and especially in the North Branch area. Sam owned an insurance agency, was a member of the sheriff's posse, etc., for a number of years. And we just celebrated my mother-in-law's 91st birthday a couple of weeks ago. So, my wife Julie and I have been married for over 40 years. She is a pharmacist. She ran the agency for a long period of time, and she also has a pet cremation business in Lapeer. I've got 2 children, 2 adult daughters, 9 grandchildren, and the dad jokes and the papa jokes keep me humble. I've been very involved in the community. I'm very active with North Branch Wesleyan Church. I serve as the vice chair on that board and very involved in a variety of roles in the church. I've coached sports from bumblebee soccer up to varsity baseball. So I've had a wide variety of involvement in the community, especially in the North Branch area. As far as my professional credentials, I've been in practice for 40 years in all areas that are dealt with by the district court. I in court traditionally multiple times a day. I believe that I possess the appropriate demeanor to be a judge. I see the role of an attorney and as a judge as part of a problem-solving process and not being part of the problem yourself. I have 40 years of experience. I can't repackage that. I can't give you some glossy picture of what I am. I am what I am, and I've been doing it for 40 years. I would indicate that 10 years ago, I ran a write-in campaign against a longtime incumbent judge at the circuit court level. I started soon after the primary in August, ran a 90-day campaign, and I garnered approximately 22% of the vote on a write-in, which I thought was pretty remarkable in hindsight, because not only do you have to teach people who you are and indicate, define yourself, but also you have to show them how to do the write-in process. So I think that was a good result. From my worldview is a biblical Christian worldview. I believe that individuals are created in the image of God, and on that basis are entitled to basic dignity and respect. Sometimes people, from their own choices, that image of God gets distorted, and there have to be consequences of behavior and actions. But I also think we need to recognize, any of us who've dealt with the court system, we're dealing with people in crisis, whether it's a criminal case or a civil case or a landlord-tenant case. People are in crisis. And not only does it affect the people that are parties themselves, it involves their spouses, their children, their extended family. It involves the officers, the personnel of the court. So everybody needs to be treated with respect. I believe that I'm capable of doing that. I believe I have a good reputation in the legal community, and I believe I'm well equipped for the job. The process is this. We are still in the process of garnering signatures on our petition. Instead of, if you remember the old TV show, Have Gun Will Travel back in the 50s, I've got Have Clipboard Will Travel. And I carry it around to restaurants, church, anywhere I go, except I don't take it to bed with me. but I am still garnering, signatures. I'm gonna be turning those in shortly. I have more than enough. I have a minimum of 400. Right now, there is, one other individual who is declared for running for the position. If there's just the two of us, then there will not be a primary. If there's more than the two of us, it would be a primary in August, and then the two top vote-getters would go through to the November election. So, again, I just wanted to introduce myself. There's enough time in this process that I will be able probably to come back again. I will give you some literature and things of that nature, but I just wanted to introduce myself initially. I don't know if anybody had any questions, I'd be glad to answer them, but.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you, I appreciate you taking the time to let me come in. Thank you.
Next, we have a gentleman whose name is Dalton Atwell, and he is running for the U.S. Senate, Michigan Senate. I gave you a promotion.
Yeah,
In the
let me
26th
get this one first and I'll come back to it.
There we go. In the 26th district, Kevin Daly is term limited, and so Mr. Atwell is running, so if you would like to say a few words, that'd be great.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, over the last 4 months, I'm on track to go into probably 70 different city council meetings and township meetings, city commissioner meetings, and it's been a lot of fun, but maybe one out of every 4 do I get to speak, because nights like tonight, I'll have to go to like 3 different ones, and, but I'm at, I think it's like 9 or 10 left, so I'm pretty excited about that, and then I gotta get out there and door knock till August. But, I think everybody got to, meet me one-on-one, but my name is Dalton Atwell. I'm running for United States Senator. Let me tell you about myself a little bit. I started a business 12 years ago with $1,200. I don't come from money. I come from a single mom and a lot of hard work. With my background and skill set in business, I will be the most available state senator we've ever had. In business, I've been blessed. I have a brand new facility at the busiest corner in Saginaw County. It's the last light heading into Franklin, Michigan from the south at the corner of Gare Road and Bertrand Road, where I have great employees running that business without me while I campaign full time. The American dream is still alive today. I'm proof of that. But it's under attack. It's under attack in our children's schools, and it's under attack right here in our municipalities. We're owed a great education for our children, and as long as we continue to be the ones paying for it. Our municipalities, our local communities have the right to decide where, when, and how the major investment is made in our community, including but not limited to solar fields, wind farms, data centers. I'm also really excited to share with you all tonight that within 1 week of announcing my candidacy, it was endorsed by over 100 small business owners in our community. I truly believe that is due to excitement at the opportunity, at the chance to have a small business owner represent them, not another career politician. So stand with me at the ballot box in August so we can stand for our rights together in Lansing. Thank you all. Y'all got my phone if you guys ever have any questions for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Next, we're gonna move on to Ed Crees, our department head.
Just a few updates on some things we talked about in the past. East Cape had water main extension is over a year now, but it's on track now between the seller and the buyer. All the insurance materials have been submitted. We're just waiting for a bond, and that water main will be extended to reach down to the corner of Johnny's place, where then they can install their fire line and be able to open up that business for the new owner. If you have any questions about that, I'd be happy to talk about it more. Lions Park project is supposed to begin Monday, weather permitting, a lot of flooding. A little bit of rain last week, but it's still on track. The subcontractors were putting the mistakes in, electrical contractors. So that should be on track to start for that. So just a few updates.
Great. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to have a really fun thing to do, which is a proclamation for Officer Velasco. So you please come forward. I think everybody knows about this. But what happened, was that he delivered a baby. And it was a little tense there for a while, I understand. And so, we truly, truly appreciate your service. So what we have is a proclamation that I actually would need a motion, and a vote on. And this proclamation, I will read it, is, whereas Officer Velasco joined the Imlay City Police Department in 2023 and has quickly become an integral part of the Imlay City community, whereas the noble stork has long been a symbol of safe delivery, new beginnings, and steadfast guardianship. Whereas, like the symbol of the stork, Officer Robert Velasco, through courage, compassion, and quick action, safeguarded the arrival of a new life. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the City of Imlay City, its commission, and its police department do hereby recognize Officer Velasco for his service to the City of Imlay City and the community. May it further be proclaimed that Officer Velasco is hereby inducted into the Order of the Stork with all honor, gratitude, and good wishes such title bestows. So, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion for the proclamation of the Merrill Proclamation Order of the Stork to Officer Robert Glasgow, Imlay City Police Department.
All in favor?
You guys give up everybody.
Are we good?
Doing all that stuff to us.
We all get in front.
We can all get in front, absolutely. Let's do this. What's going on? All right.
Come on now.
Do we need the officers as well?
No.
Oh, Aaron.
I think you had a call.
Oh, you had a call.
What do you want to do? Are we good? And there you go.
Everybody say sushi.
Officer Velasco. Hey, your hand. X is left-handed, thank you.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Mom, I appreciate that you said something.
All right, next, moving on to unfinished business, we got the city-owned properties, and Mr. Candace, give us an
I got
update
something to
regarding
say.
the community center.
Okay, updates on the community center. The heating company got their approval, they're cleared. The electric and the plumbing will be done tomorrow. And when they get done, then we'll put the doors on the bathrooms, put the mirrors on, and then we'll be done in there too. So that's how it goes. Okay,
What did we do with the floors in the bathroom?
we haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't done anything to the floor yet, but yeah. So, really, that being all done, open it up, so. Is that all done then? What's left, is that everything? Because everything's gotta be done, yes. We gotta hang the doors back on. We didn't put them on because plumbers and electricians don't know how to be down coming through the door, so we didn't put them on, so. So now we'll put them on, so. And then we'll be all done. We'll be all done, yep. So,
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
yep.
Wonderful, okay.
Again, just a note on that, we have already, we've scheduled our first event for Arbor Day. At the Parks Department gives away to, what is it, fifth grade students, one of the grades of students. And we decided to do it in the community center so that the public has a chance to come in and see what it looks like.
Nice. What's the date?
The 24th? and,
April?
Yes, April 24th from, I think it's 1 to 4:30.
Okay, thank you.
Great,
Nice.
okay. Next, City Hall building security. I'm sorry, do you know what page that starts on? There we go, it's on page 34. So, we had this discussion a few weeks ago, and there were some questions. So, what we have are three options. Option one, so 34. Option one is basically the existing bid, but with detail in regard to everything that would be involved in that. There's the security issues with the security film on the windows, the bullet-resistant transaction window. There's all of the work that was in that original bid, and you can see the list as number 1 through 13 that would be involved in that bid. This bid is only good until April 18th. And the thing is that because of the increase in the cost of materials, but also because we've had over $1 per gallon increase in the cost of gasoline since we first talked about this, if this were to have to be rebid, it would undoubtedly be much higher. So that is option one. Option two is that this original bid that you have is option one, excluding the carpet and the baseboard upgrades. And the deduction would be about $49,000. So that would bring a total cost to the high bidder, the low bidder, excuse me, for approximately $214,247. This bid is also only good until April 18th. Same issues. This low bid contractor has said he will honor this through April 18th, but if we have to go back and do it again, it's undoubtedly going to cost more. Option three, which is on page 35, is that we would be soliciting new bids for these items. So installing new security film on all the windows, installing a bullet-resistant transaction window with a speak-through and stationary gill tray, remove and relocate the doors for the two offices. One of them was the DDA market manager's door. We can see straight through there. The other one is the door for the assessor. And those would no longer be facing out into this main hallway, but instead they would be turned so they would be behind the safety glass. Then we would provide and install new countertop in the commissioner chambers. We install, these are the tech upgrades we talked about, two 98-inch smart TV monitors. So the plan is there would be one where the existing one is, and there would be one behind here, and we'll get to cameras in a second, so that no matter where you were sitting in this room, you would be able to see what is being done. Electrical work here in this room. Now, the other thing we've talked about is a bid to install a security camera system that would provide cameras in this room, the exterior of the building, including the voting drop box right over here in this corner of the building, other locations that the chief of police would be recommending. So if we do this option, this would be rebidding, and this would undoubtedly cost more for all these things because of the things we talked about with the increased cost of gasoline as well as materials. And so if this is rebid, there would also be rebidding and planning, more administrative costs for the staff to do this. So at this point, does anyone have any questions?
I might not be asking this right, but was this not, I don't remember it being brought to our attention the last time we looked at it, so we kind of tabled it, unfortunately, but was it before I was on the commission? Wasn't this in the approval of the budget?
Yes, this
So
goes
this
back,
was already approved, go out and get bids, and correct?
it absolutely was. And
Okay.
if you go back, you've got a lot of attachments here.
Yes,
And when it was originally bid, as far as having Spicer do the work, which they did, and that bid was from 2023 to.
it was kind of a two-part thing, let's do exterior, interior, we need to take care of what we have.
Right, and obviously the exterior's been done,
Right.
but it was for both of those.
Okay.
But Ed, you probably know this better than I do, how far back did we go with this?
Yeah, it was part of the original capital improvement plan of the
Yeah.
city, when we started that in 2016. And then it was put in that capital improvement plan, and then it was budgeted a couple times over, and then just, put off for a couple of years.
So it's been in the budget, we just need to get it done.
Yeah, it's been in the budget for a handful of years now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not with a number on it, just the idea.
Well, it was actually,
Just with the idea.
it was actually in the budget a year ago that we passed for the fiscal year that we're currently in. That was, all of the work in option number one was actually in that budget.
Yes.
Whatever.
And so, does anyone have any questions?
I have a question for Ed. How much of this is really necessary?
Well, I think.
I mean, I know it's, to me, it's a wish list, okay? And it's a city office,
Right.
and I've looked at the numbers and, after we've put $500,000 in the building, now, it's something we needed,
Sure.
don't get me wrong. But to go and put another $240,000 or $214,000 in a building, in a city building, it just, I'm sure that money could be used for other things. But this is just my opinion, as a taxpayer and as a city commissioner. And that's what my question was, what really needs to be fixed?
Well, I think the project began originally with the safety upgrades. There was the concern, there's been some issues, and the safety of the employees was what originated from, and then we budgeted to do all the improvements at once, because it just makes, most of the time makes most sense to do them all at once. Usually get a little better bang for your buck. So, I mean, I guess it's subject to what you consider needing. I mean, you can work on that, but just like anything, you want to protect your investments and your assets, and at some point, I would always recommend upgrading them. But, yeah, I think that it can vary from person, what absolutely is needed or not.
Well, as I brought up once before, you gotta get buzzed in for office.
Yeah.
What's a bulletproof glass gonna do? If somebody really has an intent of getting in, they're gonna get in.
John, you want to address that?
I will address that, yes. They won't be buzzed in. They will be coming to the window, the secure window, to be serviced by the staff that's there. If they need to meet me as the elections or as treasurer with taxes, we can always bring somebody back in, and same with Nathan for assessing. But there would be a window to service the ongoing everyday things like bringing your water payment in. It's really simple. Everywhere I go, every clerk's meeting that I go to, nobody has access to the employees. It's all in the lobby. If you go to Inland Township, right down there, they have the same thing. They have a window, you have to be serviced. In the county clerk's office, the county treasurer's office.
Is it bulletproof?
Well, I didn't ask that, but they have a service window. We don't have a service window. We have a wide open office here welcoming them into our building. I have no problem having someone come in if they need to meet with me, but to have every single person come through there, you're buzzing in, you're looking at whoever, I don't know if they have other intentions. I mean, I'm sure any of these other places that have had issues didn't know that the people had intentions to do that. I've had very, very scary events happen, and I would appreciate your support security upgrades in this building. We've done building upgrades all across the city and all different things, a brand new fire hall and all other kind of things. You're neglecting this building. We did do the outside, let's work on the inside now.
What are your, security concerns as far as from the employee standpoint?
I feel like having the secure window, number one, so that everybody's not coming into your entire office. If you need to meet, you can. So that, and it's not bulletproof, nothing's bulletproof, it's bullet resistant. It does keep the bullet, hopefully slows it down. I mean, I talked to Chief Selby about it many times, as far as there's nothing bulletproof. Cause you can't prove that, but it's bullet resistant. So it would be these windows here, and I know Al, you mentioned the other day at the meeting, these windows, because we make all kinds of decisions here. Those windows are part of the project, so is the window I sit next to in my office. It's all of these windows for security. It's to make things secure for a building. I don't wanna wait until something happens and then say, I wish you would have made this decision for us. We're here every day, all day.
People work in Kmart all day. It's wide open. I don't think the security that we're asking for here belongs in a city like Imlay City. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, and maybe I'll regret it, but I don't think so.
I'll bet you Oxford Schools said the same thing.
They weren't.
I bet you Oxford Schools said the same thing.
That is completely
Yeah,
different. That's completely different.
You're reaching hard there.
Well, let's just be honest, Kmart's been closed down for a long time, but the whole premise of what we're talking about for the city, we do the same thing for our schools. So it's a valid point. None of you want your kids to go to school and have everybody just walk through the front door, period.
Are they bulletproof doors?
Yeah, that's not bulletproof, Tom.
We didn't say it's bulletproof. Bottom line is, I'm glad they do what they do at the school systems, and we need to take care of our people that work in this city.
Any other questions or comments? Would anyone like to make a motion? If you look at on your blue sheets, we have some proposed motions. If anyone would like to make any of those, the top, this is number 9, and there's from the different options.
I'd like to make a third option, a fourth option. We go piecemeal. We decide where we want rugs, we decide where we want paint, and we do it one at a time, and the issues that need to be done. Like this counter, I sit here, what, 12 hours, 13 hours a year? We have to replace it? You know, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
Okay, is that a motion?
Yes, I want a third thing that we piecemeal this thing into what needs to be painted, what drugs we need, and et cetera. Let's put it that way. We don't need everything done in one big bubble.
Okay, so piecemeal for which things?
Everything.
The list and all the things in option
No,
1?
like if we need a carpet in here, we say it's gonna be $8,000 or $2.50 to put a carpet in, and we vote for it. If the room needs painting, we say it needs painting, it's $600. If we want to put on electronics in here, it's $1,300 or $13,000, and we do it. But we don't do it as a big balloon package.
If you do it that way, it's gonna cost a lot more individually.
And we won't have to do everything that's on this list either.
No, let me finish. If we do it all, it's gonna cost a lot more, and it's gonna be much more disruptive for the city employees. If you notice in your packet, there was a plan, a very specific plan that they really worked hard on to be able to figure out if option 1 was done, that how they were going to move things around so minimal disruption to the city employees, and very importantly also, minimal disruption to the citizens as they come in, because this was all gonna be done in 3 weeks. If we
Just like they did the outside in 3 weeks.
If we do all of this, you know, by piecemeal, it's gonna take a lot longer, it's gonna cost a lot more, and it's gonna be much more disruptive. But that's just my
Let's
thought.
vote on it.
Okay, so we have a motion by Stu to basically come up with piecemeal for all bids, is that right?
Not all bids,
I'd like to have words.
individual jobs. Paint this room, do this carpet, do this thing, not if you wanna do painting, you can say, I wanna paint this room, this, and this, and we bid on those paints. If they don't want, if we don't need everything painted, why do we have to paint this room?
Okay, so as, I just wanna make sure I know what your motion is. Your motion is,
Have him repeat his motion to me, please.
go ahead, what is your motion?
My
It's more of a
is-
motion than an opinion. Can you make the motion instead of an opinion?
I make it a motion that we individually bid on every item that we wanna do. That is including the paint jobs, which rooms need to be redone, which rooms don't, which rooms need bulletproof glass, which ones don't, if there are any. This is getting a big bubble. I don't think we need this whole bubble. I think we ought to sort out the bubble first.
Okay, so your motion, just so I'm clear, is to do each thing individual. Is that right?
To vote on each thing individually, to see which ones we really need to be done. I think we don't need half of it.
So I've got motion to piecemeal individually bid on every item. Is that what you
Okay,
want?
you can do it, you can call it that way. Better than none.
Is there a second? Hearing none, the motion fails.
Okay.
Is there another motion?
No, we don't need any of it.
Is it possible to make a suggestion instead of the three that we have of the safety and welfare of the people that work here? Which would also include, from what I'm understanding here, this here. We never know what's gonna happen, so I can sit behind this, that's fine, but for the safety and the welfare of our employees, of the importance, is it somehow possible to make a motion to where it would be the priority? I don't think they're asking for, hey, I want a lounge chair that's gonna massage you. I would just like to have upgrades.
I think if you look
You know what
at
I'm saying? I like what Stu is saying, I like what he's saying, but there's a priority list.
Yeah, Can we
If we're not
find out how
gonna
much
agree,
it costs?
I'm sorry, Stu,
No, sorry.
I didn't
Is it what,
interrupt
is
you.
what, are these things like, what does it cost us to put the safety glass in? Not as a package, how much is that gonna cost us? And where are we gonna put it? Not
Okay, if you
just
look at,
blanket overall, here's the bundle, we're doing everything.
if you look at option number 3, it says solicit new bids for the following items. Those are individual items. So if you want to do option 3, you would be soliciting bids for those 5 items.
So am I to understand that that's kind of what we're talking about here?
The safety.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Then I would make a motion for option 3, solicit new bids for the following items. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of option 3. Because
that would give the safety for the employees.
we're talking about safety. That's what I understand here.
I would support it, Tom.
Okay, so we've got motion by Tom for option number 3 with support by Bob. Roll call, please. I'm sorry, Joe, I saw you down there. Has anybody had any discussion?
Yeah, I thought we had discussion on this.
Yes.
But with this option number 3, we're not saying just because we get this bid,
No.
that we're voting on this as a package. Because I'm more in line with Commissioner Davis to say, I asked this a couple of weeks ago, I want a priority list of what needs to be done now. For example, if we have carpet that have rips and tears in it, kind of thing, it needs to be replaced, and so be it. The kitchen, I mean, if it's a mess or whatever the case may be, plumbing, whatever the case is, that needs to be fixed, we got to fix it. But that's a list that I wanted, and I asked for several weeks ago.
Which I think is what's option number 3. And
Option number 3
It really isn't, yes, it is, it's a
It,
vague shot at it. It's a vague shot at it.
it asks for solicit new bids for the following items, and there's 5 things on the list. So that would be 5 separate bids we'd be asking for.
And that doesn't include anything cosmetic.
Nothing cosmetic.
Not the
It doesn't
kitchen,
include anything
not the
cosmetic.
bathrooms, nothing, no paint, no nothing. Other than the fill of the doors. You match the paint for that, obviously, but.
this prior to our meeting was, this seemed to be a priority, Dawn, correct? I mean, let's admit, this is a priority.
Yes.
That's the only, it's just my opinion, could be wrong. That's all I was saying. And I'll go on record, I don't need to go on record and say this. When we get bids for option 3, it's gonna be more than what we already have in the package.
Okay, so is there any other discussion or questions? All right, so we have a motion, we have a second. Roll call, please, on option 3.
Blount,
Yes.
Tanis,
Yes.
Stempien,
No.
Ramirez,
No.
Davis,
Yes.
DeLuca,
No.
Yaki.
Yes. So it's 4, right? 4 to 3, so motion passes, okay. All right, next, we have new business, 10B, resolution regarding street and sidewalk improvement village resolution. Craig?
I think Ed was gonna talk about this. Basically, he's prepared a list of projects that have been done in the past with the street and sidewalk village, and he has a list of, if the village is approved, what it'll continue to do for the coming years.
Yeah, you'll see, if you look at that long list of streets that have been paved since the village first started in 2016, if you've been part of this community before 2016, you will know we've come a long way since the village was originally passed. Not only with streets, but some sidewalks. And the list of future streets, we're finally getting closer to the streets that were in good condition when we first got the village, and we're gonna get to a point where we can, turn around and start doing improvements to the streets we've already done improvements to. Without the village, we will operate on our state funds and major and local streets, which is basically just to maintain, patch, plow, salt, traffic signs, just all the maintenance. There is a little bit of wiggle room, maybe you could pave a block, with those funds, but nothing like, we've seen with the funds that are brought in from the village.
I don't think there's an issue with the citizens approving the millage when it comes up again, because the streets do look good. And myself, as a resident and taxpayer, I want to see that continued, so I would definitely support that.
Any other questions? This is a renewal, if we were to pass it. So if you look under 10B, anyone would be interested in making that motion?
I motion to approve the resolution, 2026-02, street and sidewalk improvement millage, renewal of 2.5 mils, to be placed on the August 4th, 2026 primary ballot for the city of Emily City.
Support.
Roll call, please.
DeLuca,
Yes.
Tanis,
Yes.
Blount,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Ramirez,
Yes.
Stempien,
Yes.
Yes.
Yaki. Thank you.
Next, we have a proclamation, resolution proposed to oppose state legislature, which would create a local zoning authority. I brought this up before, frankly, when Michigan, but
I think you skipped one.
did I skip one?
C,
I did.
You did.
I thought that's what you're talking about right now.
establish a special assessment tax roll.
That's what we just did.
No, we did the streets and sidewalk improvement millage.
Have you seen?
Well, she's talking
Oh, you know
about
what?
C,
She's
resolution
doing D,
of opposing state.
Oh,
You know what, there's
Well, it's
no,
on
Messed up in the-
there's
it's
no
messed up
letter
in the-
next to it,
Oh,
Yeah, there's no letter.
sorry.
oops.
Yeah, C is resolution of opposing state legislation, the next one's regarding house.
Okay, so it'd be B-1.
I can look at that,
Oh, I got you.
We're on C, resolution to establish special assessment tax roll unpaid charges.
but on this one, it doesn't have a letter.
Yeah, it doesn't have a letter.
It's a continuation of B on
If
ours.
you look,
one.
That's okay.
call it B-1.
We can do it.
Yeah, you have to go to the original agenda.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Okay, and so,
It is, yeah, that got moved, sorry about that.
and, okay, just so I'm clear, just make sure we got this right. So the only thing that we did when we changed the agenda was we moved 10A up in between 8 and 9.
Correct.
And so therefore, the original agenda, which had 10C on it, would still be good.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So, going back to 10C,
Wow.
which is resolution 2026-03 to establish 2026 special assessment tax roll for unpaid 2025 charges. Does anyone have any questions about this?
So this is a formality, we reach out to these people on a regular basis several times over the past 6 months. And, we sent registered letters, some of them come back refused, but, we did spend the money to have the letter certified to the resident. And at this time, they're just going to be moved over to the taxes since we need to clear our books every so often for the audit.
So, if anyone is interested in making a motion, look on the blue sheet under 10C.
I'd make a motion for the resolution of 2026-03 to establish the 2026 special assessment tax roll unpaid for 2025 charges.
The blue one. It's underneath there. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Blount,
Yes.
Tanis,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
DeLuca,
Yes.
Ramirez,
Yes.
Stempien,
Yes.
Yaki.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're on 10D.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine.
So as I was starting to say was, MML, which is the Michigan Municipal League, sent out an alert probably a month ago. And what has happened is that there has been a bipartisan bill, there's a series of bills, and what they would do, if passed, would preempt our local zoning authority in regard to housing. So this could have the effect of, for example, if this were to pass, we have our historic neighborhood, and if there happened to be an open lot, they could put a tiny house there, they could put a duplex there, they could put a double wide there, and there's absolutely nothing that we could do about it. I mean, we have a great mobile home park, we have great areas where we've got apartments, but in order to maintain, in my opinion, this city as a place where people know what kind of a neighborhood they're gonna move into, as opposed to having it be just kind of whatever, that
Local control over state control.
local control versus the state preemption, and it would change setbacks, it would change parking, it would change where duplexes could be placed. And so, there's a number of cities that have issued these proclamations to go to the state legislature. I think I'd indicated in this, I certainly talked about it in planning, that I contacted Lisa McLean, who was our local state rep, immediately after I saw that. And so it has not been passed yet, but there is a resolution that we have in your packet, which is pages 80 and 81, which I would ask that you look at as something that this board could pass to send a message to the state legislature that we want to maintain local control. So I don't know if anyone has any questions.
We can maintain local control, but still understand that somehow, somewhere, we gotta come up with affordable housing.
Absolutely.
Right,
Absolutely.
but they don't dictate what we can do.
Right, or where, or how.
A lot of the people that we've heard from have talked about, they've just finished their master plan, and your master plan would no longer be valid any longer, because the state's gonna.
State's saying you can put them anywhere.
I can imagine someone moving to Imlay City for this being the wonderful place that it is, and spending a whole bunch of money on a house, and then deciding that, you know, they're gonna stay here forever, and so they really put money into a house, and then if this were to pass, that neighborhood could be completely different if the state were to preempt our local zoning and say, no, we're gonna let anybody put anything there, essentially.
So it changes the zone.
It would completely change the zoning.
Wow.
So, there is a resolution, if anyone is interested, on pages 80 and 81, that this board could pass, to basically, that information would be sent to the state legislature as to how we feel about it in Imlay City.
So how do you wanna word it?
It would be under 10D down here.
I would make a motion to approve the resolution 2026-05 opposing state legislation that would preempt local zoning authority regarding housing and the authorize the clerk to transmit a copy of this resolution to the authorities as written.
Support.
Roll call, please.
That's crazy.
Loud,
Yes.
DeLuca,
Yes.
Ramirez,
Yes.
Stempien,
Yes.
Tanis,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Yaki.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very well. Okay, so next is 10E. In regard to our, I've got both different agendas here, so the original 10E, and so, Craig or Don, if you want to explain this.
Basically, it's for you to approve a public hearing at the next city commission meeting. And again, that's to discuss the wastewater treatment facility. There'll be a gentleman here from Fleiss and Vanderbilt to talk about the project and answer any of the public's questions.
So it's more or less just a notification, you don't need.
The
a
clean
motion.
water thing, right?
Yep,
Okay,
So
so
we're
no
gonna
motion,
close the
we
public
just, this is
hearing.
just for information.
yep, yep.
Okay, and then, anything else on that?
Just wanted to let you know that the dates and the times and that the, project is open for review, if you'd like to come and see it. It's on the counter.
And we don't need a motion on that, it's just information, correct?
It'll be available,
Okay,
Set of the public hearing, yep.
all right. Thank you.
Okay. All right, and next is our draft budget review, so we all have our binders, we all were here for the budget workshop. So at this point, what we'd be looking for, is any budget discussion that we wanna have, and once this group is done with the discussion, then, we'd be looking to authorize the public notice and the set public hearing for May 7th in regard to this budget. So,
May 7th or 5th?
The changes have been made.
It's the seventh.
yes, the changes.
Excuse me, it's the fifth.
Go ahead, yes, correct.
Has the changes been made that we?
Yes, again, the increase to the police department, the increase to the fire department, and the reduction to the rental agreement.
Okay.
Those are the three recommendations you presented to Dawn and I. We made those changes, and they're included in the document in front of you.
And that is a draft.
Okay.
Yes, it'll be approved on the fifth.
Any discussion regarding the budget?
And once you guys make a motion today, Dawn will have a draft copy of the budget at the counter for anybody to review at their convenience. And once you guys finalize it and approve it, it'll be presented.
So this is the, public notice that will need to be published with all of the,
Okay.
revenues, expenditures, and that income amounts, which is the fund balance that's being used to make up the items that we discussed at the budget workshop. So I'm gonna publish that 2 times on April 15th and the 22nd. And the public hearing will be on the 5th. So the only motion we need is to approve the public hearing posting and move forward with that.
So if you look on the second page of the blue sheet, on F2, if anyone would like to make that motion?
I make the motion, we authorize public notice and set the public hearing for May 5th, 2026, to authorize the 2026-2027 budget public notice and set a public hearing for that date at the regularly scheduled commission meeting.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Champion?
Yes.
Blum?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
DeLuca?
Yeah.
Ramirez?
Yes.
Candace?
Yes.
Yaki?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Now for the more fun stuff. Moving on to 10F, which is the special event permit for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, we gotta have Cinco de Mayo. That's the best food in the world.
I motion to approve this special event permit, number 2026-03, Cinco de Mayo, hosted by the Hispanic Service Center, to be held on May 2nd, 2026.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion passes. Next, is a special event permit for the 2026, Imlay City Summerfest. Vicky, you want to speak?
Do I need to?
You know
We'd
what?
love to hear from you.
What can I answer for you?
What's different this year?
The Entrepreneur Village. That is new.
Explain it.
And we have a whole little area for under 19, with the exception of, I don't know the politically correct words. There's some exceptions to that rule, we'll say.
Okay.
And they're gonna be between, where our vendors were last year, by the museum, right there, so. They'll have their own little space, so they're kind of protected from everything. And they can come in there and shop. So that's the part we're most excited about.
We had a meeting that involved the chamber, the DDA, the city. I'm trying to think of who all was there.
Everybody.
Everybody. And it was a great meeting and talked about some perhaps different places to put things and different things as far as where parking was gonna be and that kind of thing. Can you want to explain that?
Like, I don't know what you're talking about with parking.
Well, one of the things is the pool's gonna be open.
Right, which, like I said, I mean, I'm not really sure why it never really was, but I'm really excited to see that open this year. And hopefully they'll do the relay, they used to do relay races back in the day, I know the way I am, so.
So we're signing up?
No, not now.
There's going to be a car show.
Car show's gonna be right here in this parking lot. This area is the same footprint as always. That works out really well, we can keep them pretty safe there, so. The vendors will be down 3rd Street. Fire department will be down at the end of 3rd Street with their dunk tank that I've gotten, sponsored, so they can use it as a, fundraiser. We don't have to turn over any
Oh,
funds,
excellent.
so.
So who do we think is gonna be the dunk tank?
You.
Ah! I was not ready for that. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
Is there a motion?
I motion to approve the special event permit 2026-02 Emily City Summerfest, hosted by the Emily City Chamber of Commerce, to be held August 7th, which is on Friday, 2026, through Sunday, August 9th, 2026.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, motion passes. And we also next have a parade permit for Summerfest.
Yes. Parade's the same this year as it's been for the last few years. We're trying to figure out some things. There's some that don't like how long it is. So we're trying to see how safely we can bump that up. We just haven't ironed that out yet because it's a long parade. So we do it the way we do it so that when it does back up on itself, it doesn't cause a problem because it does back up. So Nothing new to report for this year.
Is there a motion?
I motion to approve the parade permit, 2026-02 Amity City Summerfest Parade, hosted by the Amity City Chamber of Commerce, to be held Saturday, August 8, 2026.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion passes. Thank you. Okay, next, we already talked about the Lions Park closure. We don't need a motion or anything, so you just, there was information. Okay. All right, our second citizens from the floor.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
This is for, Ed Freeze. I don't remember when we were looking at the park, are they gonna do anything with the flooding inside of with tile or something for that water? 'Cause it gets like that every year.
We're gonna move a little bit of dirt, but you only can do so much because it's a floodplain.
Right.
But, the parking lot will be set up differently. It's all designed to kind of not make it, flood as bad or appear to be flooded as bad.
Right.
There's only so much material that can be moved.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get in big trouble moving.
Yeah.
But a lot of the ride or toys or whatever we call them, they're gonna be up on the hill on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where it normally floods, we're trying to take that part away from where we use it.
Still
Yeah,
keep,
you
still keep it a sled hill.
Yeah, sled hill and have a light and, the parking lot you can't get away from on the one side.
Right.
It's gonna be near the floodplain because the
Yeah, we're-
pavilion, the
yeah.
existing pavilion's gonna be upgraded. And that's gonna stay in the same spot. Even with the 2 inches of rain we had, it only got up there so far as it's receding, so that's the best we can do.
Can't do anything about that. That's why we build parks and floodplains instead of homes.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, moving on. Second, citizen from the floor, if anyone has anything that they would like to come up and say? Seeing none. City commissioner time. Anyone? Al?
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Stu?
Yeah, I'm unhappy about something that happened in the city. The new farm store came in, and the parking lot is full of crap. Their equipment to sell. We stopped Farm and Fleet from doing that. And my understanding is now we've okayed it to expand it at that. I think we need a rule. I guess we're stuck with it. But I think the rule should be, if we give permission for a business to put special permission, like putting stuff outside, when that business moves out, that disappears. It doesn't carry forward. I don't want to ever see that again, really. I don't know why it carried forward anyhow. I don't know if it's legally. I would like to see if we can legally stop that. Because we spent a fortune making sure our city looks nice and that people don't put junk in front of it. It used to be a junkyard right there. And now we just okayed, what, a half an acre full of equipment. That's not junk, it's good equipment, but it looks like a junkyard. I'm so disappointed in what we did.
Mr. Well?
Thank you for sharing. Just to kind of mark your calendars, May 16th is going to be a neighborhood day. It's actually it's United statewide. We're going to try to spearhead a kind day. So Charlie, see me, I think we might be able to help you get that, get that yard cleaned up. So, I'd like to do that. Thanks for coming out. Yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't know if you were sleeping.
I usually don't get asked from the.
No, you're fine. No, I was telling Joe, seriously, May 16th, I was just told that we've got some volunteers and you can get involved yourself. It's not gonna be online yet, but May 16th is a nationwide neighborhood day. We're gonna be a part of it, so maybe we can help out. And if you do know some communities, like some neighbors that are just having a really tough time getting here, I wanted to see you and see you, Craig. But we have some volunteers that said that they would go out and, clean up yards, cut grass and stuff like that, so it's gonna be a good day, May 16th. Thanks
Hey,
for
let me
coming.
know who's got mowers, okay?
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna be hooking you up about that. Thank you for volunteering, I saw that hand.
Yeah, okay.
So, Tom, is this gonna be something where if anyone knows of a neighbor who needs help, that who's gonna coordinate, I guess is my question.
The church that I'm associated with, seriously, we just found out, I was at a national, thing about, not quite a month ago. And this is seriously, United States wide, it's, in celebration of our nation's 250th anniversary. Let's be neighbor, that's what it is. So we said, we're on board. We're gonna help out wherever we can. I can't promise we're getting everybody's yard, but we're gonna get with Ed and the city and stuff like that. Actually, Charlie, I was gonna get with you because it's gonna be a big day. We're gonna try to see what we can do to help neighbors fix
Yeah.
stuff up, clean up, volunteer. So it's gonna be a community event.
I would recommend Charlie Kodajar or code enforcement, because he's out doing tickets
Yes,
for that.
exactly.
now.
We're gonna hook up with them.
And he did, not to interrupt,
Yeah,
but he
it-
did talk to the guy on 4th Street. I live right across the street, so I'm
Yeah.
constantly in Charlie's ear as well, because they're running a business out of there. So
Yeah, we're
there's
gonna try
trust.
to help out with the blight
So, yeah,
notices, see if
so
we can get
Charlie
people
is
cleaned up.
on it, but he does know houses that need help, so
Okay.
it might be a good one to reach out.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Tom, Kyle Crenshaw did reach out to him today.
Okay, so he did.
He did, and I pushed him towards Charlie, like
Okay,
he said, yep.
so
Yeah,
we're
it's in
already
the
at it, I
works.
guess.
It's in the works.
We wanna help, so thank you for coming and that's it.
Mr. Buca,
Thank you, audience members,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Mayor Pro Tem Tanis.
One thing kinda maybe upset a couple weeks ago, Borland Road does a fantastic job of dropping off their kids. Weston just has no control of that. It's crazy, I'm telling you. The parents drive like me, somebody's gonna get killed. And they've been preached at to the school board, nobody seems to care, but I was in line and I wasn't even off the main drag because I couldn't get in because traffic was all backed up. And they were in the middle of the street, so you couldn't slide over well. Once they did, cars were just flying past you. And then you got way up there on the other side to let all the kids out. That's not the rules, I guess they're gonna have to buckle down. We don't want nobody getting hurt, and it could happen.
Which school?
Weston is really bad.
Officer Carr just bought cones for the principal there because she's talked to them about somebody getting hit possibly.
I'm
And the
serious.
principal puts them out, but doesn't have anybody out there to enforce it.
Right.
So we need
It's
their
it's something that's
cooperation.
got to be.
Is it-
That's what it takes.
Is it in the, you're saying, is it in a parking lot, or is
Yes.
it out
It's
in
in
the
the parking
street?
lot.
Okay,
It's
The drop off, we pick up.
okay, so that's where the speed is
Yes.
occurring.
Yeah.
Do they put an
Yeah,
officer,
sitting there and-
do they put an officer out there anymore or not no more?
Yeah,
Back in
You
the,
gotta do something.
We have SRO,
She
you
says
know,
she
we
does
can
it, but she doesn't.
get out there within that
But she's
time
very
period.
independent.
I don't want to
Yeah,
open
me
that
too.
otherwise I'll sit out there.
No,
Eventually.
You're gonna do the police car,
Yeah.
really, you need people will slow
Yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
And I just, it was irritating to have to do that, because Portland, you go around and you stand in line, and they let two cars go out more or less, and they let kids out, those two cars go to the next two cars, and it's just a constant rotation of kids, this is just a cluster mess.
Yeah.
And,
It's really weird too, because Weston's like that, Borland's great, and
Yeah,
then you get back to the middle school and it's a nightmare again.
yeah.
Yep.
Just thought I'd bring that up.
Okay.
There's issues.
Thank you.
We're watching.
Thank you, everyone. This, excuse me, this was a long agenda to get through. I appreciate everyone's attention. I certainly appreciate very much the staff's work on this budget. This is a lot of work, and you guys did a great job, and I just want to say thank you. So, with that, Stu,
I move we adjourn.
is there a second?
Amen.
I'll make a second.
Okay.